Hello everyone, welcome back to Cinema B-Side. I am very excited for today's episode because we just did the filming locations for the movie that started it all. That's right, we're going to the FYC event for Cobra Kai. Are you ready? Let's go! Oh, hello, hi there. It's me, Todd. I'm in the studio, and today's sponsor is myself. The best way to support the channel is to subscribe to my Patreon, where not only do you become a member of the community, you get early access to the B-side videos as well as watch-throughs of movies or TV shows we are covering, and other movie reactions and commentaries from a filmmaker's perspective. And if that's out of your budget, no worries, just hit that like button. It really does help out the channel with the algorithm. And of course, subscribe to get the latest videos delivered directly to you. Hit that notification bell to be alerted of the newest uploads, and please share these videos with your friends and family. And now, back to our regularly scheduled program. So being a fan of the original Karate Kid, you can't help but love Cobra Kai. I cannot stress how amazingly good they have done with creating the character development of Johnny. And for those that are new here, FYC stands for your consideration. And what they do at these events is they invite all the Emmy voters to promote the show. We watch the show, they bring out the cast, they do a Q&A, and then they have some type of reception where we can interview the cast and talk to them and get pictures and photos and stuff sometimes. It's to promote the show to the Emmy voters, so we will vote for them for the Emmys. Are you excited for tonight's event for Cobra Kai, E.T.? Neuehouse is a production rental house where you can just rent office spaces for the duration of your production. So production companies and television production companies rent office spaces in here just for the duration of their production, and then they can just pack up and leave when they're finished. And is directly across the street from the Sunset Gower Studios. And the Technicolor building is about a block down the way. Right there. Can you see it? All right, here we go. We're going in. I guess this one, I was here a while ago and they did the event inside here. But this one is going to be up on the roof. So yeah, like I said, here's some of the offices that you can rent if you just want to come rent your own desk for a while to get out of your place and come to an office style area. They have some of these desks here like that. Where do we go? It's your right. Thank you. Here we are up on the roof. I don't know if you all can see it from here. I'll try to zoom in, but here on the rooftop where we're at, only way out there, super far out there, right there is the water tower for Paramount. So Paramount Studios, where we were at for the How I Met Your Father screening, is right over there.
Thank you so much for joining us here on the roof of the Neuehouse while Third Eye Blind rehearses next door during this talk. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to bring the cast and crew up. I basically begged Ted Sarandos to let me host this because I was into this thing when it was on YouTube, okay?
Yep, on YouTube
I was into this before any of you guys.
Yeah,
all right?
too.
I'm the number one fan. So we're going to bring them up and we're going to ask them some questions, and then we're going to watch a couple of episodes. So thank you guys so much, all of you, for coming out tonight. I love how you all are wrapped and cozy. Give yourselves a round of applause while I try to figure out what to do next. Here we go. Okay, let's bring to the stage first the fight coordinator, Don Lee. Don Lee, responsible for all the amazing, chaotic, insane martial arts action. Hello, Don. Dressed amazingly. Yes. Our stunt coordinator, Ken Bearfield. Ken Bearfield. And keep it going for the supervising sound editor, Patrick Hogan. Patrick Hogan. Whoa, you okay? Wow. Okay. He broke his foot editing the sound for the show. That's how dedicated he is. Broke his own foot. Executive producer, director, and writer, Hayden Schlossberg. Oh, hi. How you doing, man? Executive producer, writer, and director, John Hurwitz. Yeah, there we go. Executive producer, director, and writer, Josh Heald. Josh Heald, ladies and gentlemen. Executive producer and actor, William Zabka. Ladies and gentlemen, William Zabka, yes! Defend him, yes. And executive producer and actor, Ralph Macchio. Ralph Macchio! So guys, thank all of you and all of you guys for coming out tonight. And it's true, they gave me the episodes early. I watched them even before it aired, and I could not believe all the ways that this show went right. So why don't you, I'm just gonna go right to John, Josh, and Hayden. How did you built kind of a world here. It wasn't, you could have easily just done nod, wink, wink, meta, postmodern, nods to the movie, and you decided to use it as a launching point for this whole other story about nostalgia and aging and being kind of stuck in a rut. How did that start?
I mean, it started with just being fans of the Karate Kid, and the three of us being obsessed and wanting to know what happens next. And at the very beginning, it was, looking at sort of this bullying story and seeing, these two guys and thinking first, what happens to the bully from your high school, and sort of carrying that forward, and what happens to, we like the idea of the role reversal of Johnny's life went down here, Daniel's life went up here, and then having this whole new generation where we could tell modern Karate Kid stories that examine bullying, that examine, midlife crisis type stuff. There were so many themes from the original Karate Kid that we felt we could draw out in this kind of series, and that was sort of wanting to know what's next. Was, we're like, okay, well, someone's got to do it, so why not us?
Into this world, from a different perspective, and never lose sight of the Karate Kid universe and those themes that have stood the test of time and that never are outdated. But it was about, we did discuss, okay, where does it go? I mean, for me, it was like, okay, so I was the protagonist, hero of this movie.
Right.
Now I am someone who's kind of stuck in the past and
Yep.
living through the past. And at what point, the lines blur on where your allegiances are early on, certainly with Johnny and Daniel, and then now as the cast explodes bigger, you have that throughout the series as well. So it was, we talked about it, but these guys, they had it, and even with the push-pull, that we both, say, well, I don't, these characters are so precious to us.
Yeah.
So we have to trust, and it's not always easy, but we get there, and the fruits, it's bearing grapefruit, which is out on the blood.
Ditto.
Yeah. Wow. By the way, I love how the music playing actually matched what you were saying. Like, and we love it. These are precious characters.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Perfect.
For me, it was like, what I don't want to happen at the end of this is that you get some proverbial crane kick at the end of this, and it's the biggest douche for all time, because I carried that torch for 35 years. So I'm like, please, like, it's got to be human, he's got to have level, he's got to have heart. And they assured me, and I knew, and I could see in their eyes, they're such huge fans of the Karate Kid. As far as the other cast members, Miguel's and the Robbies and all that, like, that was just, it was almost static, because I was so concerned about how are we launching this? Where is Johnny? And wait, he's drinking beer? I remember they didn't give him a friend. Like, I'm like, wait, he doesn't have a fish? Like, he's got a beer? Like, can he have a fish? We're like, no, he has nothing.
And Rocky had Cuff and Link.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Rocky had two turtles, for God's
We were
sake.
both, yeah, exactly. So we were both that way, and then Ralph got the pitch, and we were just like, okay, here we go. And
It was interesting though when one of the keys of the initial pitch from John Josh and Hayden Marie was the character Robbie. That when Johnny Lawrence's son and that he may train with Daniel and the Miguel being the millennial Daniel LaRusso, those elements for me even on the first pitch. Because hearing me being in a show called Cobra Kai, where I was kind of a jerk at first, was not the complete sales pitch as when I started hearing about where some of the younger characters were going and how the length of the project could work.
The fun thing for us is none of us know any karate.
Yeah.
Three of us have never taken
Like,
any karate.
None.
They want to train us, and we want them to train us, but we're working all the time. It's terrible.
Right.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, but it's, we know no karate, and almost no one, I don't think anyone in the writer's room does either, but we all, read up on it, and we come up with ideas that we think would make sense character first. And Dimitri, it was like, okay, you have Dimitri as a character, he's so neurotic, it's like, okay, well, what kind of advantage could he have? And it's the instinct of like not wanting to be hurt.
That's right. Out of the way.
So we're
Which
like,
is,
I mean, our big guiding force with the writing on the show is you never know what's going on at home with somebody, or you never know what's going on in that person's head. And we met Kreese in 1984, and it was there's Darth Vader of karate, and he's just bad, and he says bad things, go do bad thing, and I'm angry at you, I'm gonna kill you because you didn't do bad thing well enough. And that we loved that challenge because that's such a puzzle to open up. Okay, how did he become like that? And take the audience on a journey. With Johnny, he was the antagonist to Daniel in that movie, and even though at the end he has the turn of "You're all right, LaRusso," you did spend a lot of time watching him, take his motorcycle and send his bike down the hill. So you want to get into the mindset of, okay, what was he dealing with as a kid? What was he coming home to? Where was the guidance? How did he find Kreese? Why did he lean into Kreese? Why did he think that's the answer? And we love that because we're not saying because of that now Daniel's bad. We're just saying, keep shifting focus, keep, finding the rooting interest, the emotion, where it's hiding in those shadows, and then it's a big jumble of like, I don't know who I'm rooting for, and that's great. That's a great place to be.
Both you and William sit down at a bar and just start talking, and you're actually working things out talking. And I remember watching that scene going, this is the second, are they just going to work everything out? How is this going to work? How close do you try to bring it to, they might actually become self-actualized and then we don't have a show. What would be how close do you take it there? It was kind of interesting to see that.
Well, it's a Ross Rachel thing, we talked about that in the initial pitch. It's like, it's the will they, won't they of the show. Are they going to make up? Are they going to fight? What's going to happen here? I think they're the yin and the yang, and when it comes together, you have that, it feels great, but they're always going to have this difference. High school, you can get over the past, you can forgive, but you can never forget.
The beauty of it for Billy and I in this case is that the audience as well as us enjoy these guys getting along, and they enjoy these guys not getting along.
Yes.
So it's great to play this stuff when we're up in each other's faces, and it's also equally as rewarding playing the other side of it.
Yeah, you both play that so well. When you start to get along, you two almost look confused and scared. Wait, am I actually relating to? It's such great subtle acting going on in this. I love watching those scenes because you're like, What is going to go horribly wrong to set these guys off in the wrong direction again?
Then the parents walk in the room and they see these kids watching this show and they say, wait, what's the, do you know of this? Sit down next to me and watch this. And
Exactly,
now we have 3
yeah.
generations, and boy, that's what's really unique and special about what we have with the show.
There could not be anything more 80s than Johnny Lawrence driving to head games angry in the valley. Like, this is the 80s encapsulated. Yeah.
And that was a very 80s thing itself too. It was like in Rocky, he would just get in the car and go for a thinking drive, you know, and you get to flash back to previous Rocky movies, and it reminded you of all the journey that he's been on.
He didn't have a bottle of whiskey in his hand, did he?
I don't think so, no. Yeah.
I was like, really? I mean, the opening of the show is me driving drunk, like, so recklessly and carelessly.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, wait, The Karate Kid was a family film. Like,
Right.
What's the tone here?
Yeah.
You know, but it works. It's funny. I don't know. It's somehow,
Yeah.
it's forgivable, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you, everybody.
That about wraps her up here at Neuehouse. What everyone think? It's just so good, right? Cobra Kai. Don't forget to check out the Karate Kid filming locations video. I'll put that card in the upper right. Don't forget to like this video because it really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, and I hope I earned your subscription so you can get further videos delivered right to you. And hit that notification bell so you can get a notification when I drop new ones. Thanks everyone, and I am out of here.